Therefore, your mama kwaba, and I say, a sign of my jaw. Yabu be a so I am watching. About him up in TV so. Grasso, say no a bonko mokaka. Nima be echo so, a organ man. The Dika, say no a better job. The apostle say, a fee a up, but I only see two about to a fear. I am my four. Dirty politics. Or die affairs and dirty politics and I ran my phobinum a year. In Inti, a binum to me, she Kufu and I said tax Kufubi or Mudia dress of Bonino Mutimidino, or Mumpo, or my avoid me a you a be any achieve or my own purposes. And Inti so bones are my for elko campaigner. Bones says it be the tax force, ne bodyguards near the other. Bones as uncle Fui, whom dear man of Fui, she say giddy. A man no banners a 12 year pet as his uncle Fui in Idomoko national security. Or no security moon in the Okojewa. National security. Or no your bodyguard, the Opija baby. And our former tax, and or no, I want a tax force. Petty members near Manuku are falling in love with, and no matter my better moon. That's Munya by Mo say, Omunya and could be our battle movie, no mobile by more. Now, if you don't desire inexperience for ya, or monotity Vichira, or Mupeja Pijana, deal Sabi, and you'll be a Pijana Dibiana. The makers or more unprofessional, sir. Omijino baby on page and a exercise or for me unlawful task force a hodoa na yasia some so mumum no my security no ya de esha monsa before kai say wo momone aya feja abwa okra we di janum ko ade anya de say de obitime de ahwebi before crown esan bubi say yemfa enam inja abwa okra eninti wuntimi emfa Ghana shebre enche obia onono just because of say no your bodyguard eninti yese okọ national security niema we akoso Ghana machese odwen ho a wonte ase but enono mede to ho niema me kofa ase mu iba yi nyina ye Western Togoland for how mate o task force obo say about to afi na ewo mu no ya wa about to afi eninti seti saade a aden na omonsa ne kenya omo na omunye didi hunu bani say ankure hunu ene yedidi so aden na omma out eme yedidi eme obi anti omonka because wa about to afi na nka wo de wo so nya Ghana na Ghana for koto maba wo na okosi Ghana ni bi kwan se wo mane nto aba so wo gidi say Western Togoland no eyo man a ede no ho a say ni emunipa ni obi na beka che emunipa say breso amonkoto aba emma Ghana aban ana amonkoto aba ma monkromfo emma monko Ghana parliament o nka mo pe bibia ye dia mo parliamentarians na mo Ghana parliament no homo na was mudikai attack o man na mudikai e call o mutu order say if you neko ya block your rules your security checks ewo ha nti ya mamo enko Ghana parliament nti ya tie parliament ewo Western Togoland nti if you neko no ewo assembly a ewo samu ba ho na mo nti minya wi no minyina eni nti mi hu say aya na bibi wa na yem sere but dia me hu ye say what I realize they say all these people no they are being motivated by certain group of people with certain kind of interest in the systems because if nobody has interest in these people's activity and then edu election year now must say o task force or mumma obi nkoto aba they will prevent people or they will campaign against people from voting. They say the voter turnout. There's a voter turnout no for man. Why any against a NDC stronghold. This a voter turnout no for man. A NPP and a bit an advantage. Nelson, young share NDC MPP in the Wabam and NPP and a Wabam. And I'm full year tormenting a bino. The dear yatir, a better. But I want to let you know Ghana, the word Ghana, the word Ghana has existed before this current Ghana. And Gold Coast na Ghana for na ubia be share Gold Coast because of Abrofono and kita mudi ni omutfitis or money ya hemfun is signy. Now ubia dynamite. There was nothing like Ghana. There was no Ghana. There was Gold Coast. Na Ghana na ye wono actually say na or mine is scattered, unorganized. Nti buni nkoko ba na odi ni nimde ni nyansa ebubo ewura maboy nkro no who said there be was making sure that they are organized so that I can control it easily and takes things that I want out of it easily. And I say Agyenfena so Ghana ni Nigeria bring koko English bring koko bidi so na o rule through the kings and the chiefs of our society and or centralize them after so centralize we and only Agyenfena say so mu sign treaty into the northern chiefs nina ko sign treaty oba no only the southern chiefs I be sign treaty sa and the western other chiefs nina and the treaty no and on edinya ne setup no a year no and satem no Germany elusu world war and inti omo che ne japade o dia se omo che inti sa fa bi no na e Britain for and be di omo wa omo hweso and fa bi su kodi France for omo so hweso obi aso de ne kasa de tete ne enu nyina chi no and yes hadia okay say a cordia na se mo ye mind ya and ye nso mun decide baby a mo de mani ebehwe and mo decide some mo de mani ebehwe Ghana na mo de wani behwe Ghana no bisa se na Ghana na de na ewan Ghana na wo hu ne na aya akona obi a se Ghana me Ghana ni ne ugina baby na okese we Ghana ni wo anu because obi a binso ukra pempa but uko boss so se wo fi o ma bi so a na the tag dia tag. That is what we should understand. The Ghana no say a brand. A brand. This is a brand new film or we are job as. But the issue now me person make ekusi say Ghana na modern edino sa so and a middle bed Ashanti and a bon near half area who nyina no see in Ghana sana Nelson tiase it is a ne Ashantis bono ne accounts kese yenso ansa na Ghana be ba no na ye cry di ho da ya na di ho so obi nche yeso ye dan ye man obi adan ne man everybody is an independent state. Anti community be okay yenso before independence na ye independent state na ye to me bi ase yen ene ye di ho so a enti yaso ye tie ho a Ghana no ayeti say pie no obiya taking a slice and I say me the we na be example pizza also to pizza ya ni ye twetwetwem kama into slice enti obiya yi ni die fi ma Ghana no wo hibio Ghana e wo hibio eni ti say ebinom so re no say e na ye to aba na ebe na no ya to aba anti bono half ya 18 say bonga half 18 say ya anti bono east dem fi ho na yete ya half free ho na ye creative bono region na ye sesa din no sa na Ghana so ye TV ya ye sesa din no oko aya north east yanti am fi northern region savannah yanti am fi northern region sati na before crime upper west and upper east nyina no se ni nyina na northern region ena ye di market ya na ados nti Ghana na eti ho no obi ade no ho na no omokoto aba se omo oti new regions a mo di says new oti region no nyina fi vote abai as new says nti sa Ghana no me pese wote ansese sa Ghana no na eni ho dada ena omotete ye nti brebi oge se me nana no ye di abato na tie ye ho nti no yakra mpo ye nye Ghana bi ye di abato be se ye ho afiri sese na ye di Ghana hia to ho no boundaries and say ye ko ne ntokwa abawiase nyina agina 1947 boundaries United Nations atohye since 1947 boundaries a omoto hye no baby kodi ye bia hwa na wadi say ye ka Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire we are brothers. There shouldn't be a boundary between Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire because when you go to Cote d'Ivoire there are majority of Akan people in Cote d'Ivoire and there are majority of Akan people in Ghana. When you go to Togo, there are majority of every people are in Togo, they are in Benin, they are in Ghana. So will those in Benin will say that we want to go and join Togo or we want to go and join our brothers in Ghana, or where do you go? And if you go to Nigeria, there is Benin there in Nigeria. Benin, there's Benin, a state called Benin. And they also speak those languages. They share border with Benin. So one day they will say that we are going for independence and we want to go and join our brothers in Benin. And those things, it doesn't work. You start bringing those things up. You start misleading people and you start unnecessary battle among your brothers. And in me nuana and I remember or no ko wara Benin. If you go and form your new country, it's say the citizenship be kwai. Me nuana where will their citizenship go? Me man mo of asia no. Where will their citizenship go? Sa de e kan dia. Sen ko bia betima agene Ghana. Ah ko bia betima agene Ghana. And can force oh your crown for your Ghana. Now if the capital no you investing in it no magic. Okay. Let's assume say a crown a crown for the. So we have invested all the natural resources, the country's resources in Accra. And we have invested the rest in Kumasi and Tamale. And we have redistributed some little resources in other capitals. And until let me say that the resources, assuming that the resources are equally distributed, problem. But imagine say, when the kind of young found would young found said, yeah, or Ninya Emmet nowadays. Then Yamea don't know see the new now to what ties are. Say, nipa krona ni mabidi agro ho anu aka kire mo say o ma no de fi ye me dan ho ni wa cash in the second now because I have to do the fire burn you all. The ambassador something say we are one people, one nation. But we know anyone because you baby or any commodity beer. Nanti do baby and out to do baby. What if you been man na what if you been my dream now she may be move free bar. I am na enyem nwanwa bebree enyem nwanwa bebree ebitima aye cross border issue ebitima cross border issue nintino aya yensusu enfa ya adwen so nko internally say internally and a bi no sha see no mu hujet o mu bojam but ebitima aye cross border issue ah say mama intelligence na go beyond Ghana. Mama intelligence now go beyond Ghana. The fire is a rapture. Aye, the fire is a rapture. And into moment here, woman, because omo campaign etia about a take political twist. Into one bidding and no more. I did doing somebody's bidding. Omo campaign etia about. Okay, let's put that one aside. Omo say they want to monitor and keep records of Nkophobia or Mususu say Omoma Ghana government information. Ghana government information. Now or arresting Omo leaders because the Ghana government is arresting their leaders. So they want to document those people, identify them and monitor them. And I don't know the sanctions and the courts, the legal environment they will take them through. And no answer how those people who engage in interviews, TV programs, who start talking against the Togoland Taskforce or the people who agitate and propagating the establishment of Togoland. So if you're working against those people or informing the government about their activities, they are going to record any other people who talks about the Togoland and try to inform the government about their activities. They will just document them. But I didn't know about any punishment that is going to be offered or going to be given against such persons. But I think we have to be careful as Ghanaians because this twist coming in the time of election period, that is when people are agitating that they are bringing a task force to campaign against voting in Togoland, Western Togoland or whatsoever. But the issue is Ghana is inseparable. You cannot separate Ghana into pieces like many other countries. If you go to so many countries across the globe, whether in Europe or not to mention, because there are some of these countries, they still have pending problems and impending ones. People are going through problems from other countries, but they have language commonness because you speak this language, I can also speak the same. But some portion of that tribe is found in my country. So they are behaving as if you are maltreating them. They are behaving as if you don't treat them well. Then the other majority in the other country will start having empathy and trying to sympathize with them and trying to see you are bullying or maltreating our brothers in your country, so we have to intervene for our brothers. These are all sort of nonsense that happens in society because throughout my life, I got to that if you go to Ivory Coast, they share border with Burkina Faso. And the area, the demarcation, the area where they share the border, they have people who speak similar languages or same language as in Burkina Faso. And they have people also in Ghana who shares boundary with Burkina Faso who speak the same language. They speak either similar or same languages. And nowadays we call them border citizens. The same way, if you go to the Brungahaven side, the Sampa side, where they share boundary with Ivory Coast, they also speak the same languages. I have a brother and I have a tribe in Ivory Coast. I have a brother and I have a tribe in Ivory Coast. So one day, the Ivorians will say that our brothers are in Ghana, so we are taking back Ghana. Or Ghanaians will say that our brothers are in Ivory Coast, so we are taking back Ivory Coast. If you are saying that the two countries should unite as a union and become a very big power and a federal state, that one, it will take the politicians to organize those things, like they are organizing this African Union and ECOWAS thing. It will be inter-country affairs. It wouldn't be a commoner or an indigene or a citizen who would just raise up and take arms by force and try to reorganize things. It doesn't work anywhere. So please, if you think this is election time, this is the time to take advantage of the loopholes or the issues in Ghanaian politics, then it's better to sit back and have a new thought about whatever you're saying. Ghana is Ghana. Yes, that makes it Ghana. The people who live in it makes it Ghana. It's the love, it's the strength, it's the unity, it's the spirit of our forefathers. Because in this Ghana, look at our patriotic songs, our national anthems, the Ephraim Amus. Look at where they come from. Our good poets even comes from the Volta region. They come from the so-called Western Togoland. Those who composed our national anthem, most of them freedom fighters, independence fighters who fought for our independence. And they compose songs for national unity. Where do they come from? I don't know, from the Western Togoland. They didn't see the need for us to separate as brothers. Yes. And you should know one thing. Africans are being bonded with one culture, one identity. If not because of an establishment which has not even done as bad. Sometimes I think the barriers are a little bit good for a reason. Because people will not be building their own country. They'll be interested in residing in other people's countries, enjoying other people's hard work. People are establishing businesses, constructing their countries to be a better place on earth. So people will be very like, others will be like Adeska, will not be contributing or working hard to also make their own systems work. You know, as human nature, everybody wants ready-made things to enjoy. Assuming there were no boundaries, a criminal can even just move from one community or one country to the other country to go and hide or to go and do evil over there. But because there are boundaries, checks, security systems, one thing that we have as a problem as Africans is that the demarcation did not take into consideration the language, the tribes. They were only demarcating demarcating based on the land. And you could see that when the demarcation came, your brothers were living in Bontuku. That is how my grandfather called it, Bontuku. But this time they call it, is it Bontuku or whatever? I don't even know. But my grandfather would tell me I lived in Bontuku, or called Bontuku. Yes, that was a very popular place and a business center. Now it's one of the capitals of Ivory Coast, the regional capital. When you hear a name in Ivory Coast called Yamoussoukro, then Krom means a city, a town, a community. It's a Ghanaian language. It's an Ivorian language. We are one people. You understand? We are one people. So whether you separate, you go to A or B, or you move to left or right, you are still within the same setup. You are nowhere. You are still a standstill. You are still standing at the same place. Let's try to be reasoning in a very positive way. It's not about where you belong to. It's about what you can do for yourself. What impact can you give to the society? What influence can you give? So if you are calling for demarcation of Ghana or partitioning of Ghana, what will you achieve with it? What impact did you make in this current Ghana? And even when we talk of Ghana, you can't say that you didn't benefit anything from Ghana, because the so-called Western Togoland produced a president for the Republic of Ghana for more than 23 years. The so-called Togoland Western Togoland has ruled Ghana for so many years. So if somebody couldn't manage Ghana well, or if there's someone who couldn't fix Ghana well, then you should ask within your own selves. Just weigh yourself, check around yourself, because your leaders rule the country. In all top places, in all public places, the CEOs, the directors, the IGPs, the commanders, the presidents, the military presidents, you got all. And before I realized that there was some time ago that every even office that you enter, it is you who is there. Your replica is there. So what else do you want to enjoy from Ghana? Tell me. If not because of a selfish interest, will be what somebody is having maybe some selfish interest. If not that, what else will you gain if you partition Ghana into several parts? The issue is the northern side were on their own. They were their own Ghana. The central part was Ghana on its own. The Gold Coast, the western part, or let me say the southern part, they were also Ghana on their own. It took the white people to say, no, we need to bring you together, organize you together, live as a brother, as a common, as a country. That is how come Ghana we got a count, because this thing was happening in all over the world. Maybe we didn't know. Maybe our forefathers know that it was something that was happening at the same time. The demarcation and the bordering of cities and towns were happening the same time in all over the world. And this was sealed in 1947, United Nations, that after that, the borders remain legitimate. So if you couldn't separate before the borders were drawn, we will not behave like some other countries in Africa where they will make noise and then they will be fighting themselves. Then they will demarcate the country into two. Then the same country has got two names. We will not tolerate that in Ghana. We will not tolerate that. Ghana will never fall for that. The same agenda was being propagated in Nigeria. People wanted Nigeria to be split. They want to split it. And they want to, I don't know, is it because Nigeria is so big, they want to cut it into slice, like we are these people, we are that people. And so what? If you go to the Europe, don't they have different countries, but they are coming together as one block? If you go to the UK, they have different countries. If they bring it to Africa, they are far better than most countries, but they are forming a single block, Asante. That is what they call Asante. They build a block to stay inside. Not on one day, a crowd, I see they want to be in a block where they will have you scratch my back, I scratch your back. That is the case. So if you want protection against war or any attack, we give you. If you want economic support, we give you. This is how we live. That is why we have an adage in our language that together we stand, divided we fall. So what else do we want as Africans, as nation? We already see ourselves as one, and we have common goal and a common destiny. Now we are talking about African unity, African Union coming together as a bloc, coming together as one nation or one country, a very big United States of Africa, and everybody is just mentioning it. But deep inside our hearts, we do the opposite because we stay inside Africa. We are living in Africa. And a small portion of Africa that you live in, you still want it to be sliced. You want it to be demarcated. This is not going to work. If you want a united Africa, if you want boundaryless Africa, if you want a bloc that is formidable in Africa, then why do you want to even divide a city into two? If you're going to some countries, Ghana is just like a one state, a one federal state. If you go to Nigeria, Ghana may be a federal state. But to my surprise, many countries in Africa, you mentioned their name and now the country has two names. Now they call some south, north, they call some land, and the rest. The kind of additions and subtractions, the prefix and the suffix they are adding to their names is even not understandable. So this is the agenda that you are bringing, that you should organize, put Africa together, put Ghana together, make it a great nation or a great continent. Is that what you guys want? You use your mouth to proclaim this, but you don't do what it takes to get there. Then you be giving, pushing your problems and to your forefathers and their relationship with the white people. Unyana or diaspora, unimzen and yaja. God is so hanka Robert, because as we know community, come the Arabo, or consumption grandada. Young coin. Now, ye caught in some from Bawku. Bawku, there has been a gunshot in Bawku, in the northern part of Ghana. Now, what is going on? I don't really know much more information about it. But what I know is that 2 people were killed and several others were injured. And women are now on the streets agitating and demonstrating that they don't want the intervention of the military, because when the military came, there has been a gunshot, and I think several others have been wounded. So this is the case in the northern part of Ghana. I know this is an election year and anything can happen. So if you're a brother or you're a sister, wherever you are living, please take good care of yourself. And if you're thinking about demarcating Ghana, please try to reverse the bloodline I have with the Evers. Try to reverse the bloodlines I have with the northern region or the northerness. Reverse the bloodline I have in Accra, the Ga people. If you're able to reverse the bloodline, the interconnected or the relationship between families or between people of different background, if you are able to reverse it scientifically, I'm not saying go and reverse it spiritually, maybe you can go and take them out of the earth, maybe, but scientifically, do your engineering to reverse the genes, so that I will know that we don't have any connection and relationship. I thank you for having time. I thank everybody. I saw a friend watching me from, I don't know which country the person is watching me, but the issue is I can't really mention the name because I don't know the characters being written there. I can't mention the name properly, and I don't know, but I can guess where the name is coming from. But actually, I cannot mention the name. I thank you very much. I have a guest on here. My guest, please, thanks for watching. Thanks for taking much time on our channel. This is Pimampim TV. Our main focus and our main aim is to project Africa in a very positive way to the whole world. And that is not to say that we are going to cause any disintegration, or we are going to be only Africa-centric, African-centered. We are going to not appreciate other brothers from other continents. No. Right now, I'm in another continent. Yes, I'm presenting from another continent. So if they did not receive me well here, I wouldn't have peace of mind or opportunity to present to you this case. So the world is a global village. Wherever you find yourself, try to make an impact, a very positive impact. Be a good citizen and ambassador of that country or that nation that you find yourself. But mind you, Africa is the eye. Thanks for watching us. Thanks for sharing our videos. Thanks for showing us love. Bye-bye.